So it's early where I am right now, and I'm still in Lithuania, in my country, but I am up early because finally my big plan is going to start happening. And today I'm leaving to the States, Portland, to go to SBG Portland and to train an intensive course of MMA called Wimp to Warrior, a 22-week course, which I'm also planning to supplement with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training. So a great journey and a huge adventure awaits, which I'm really looking forward to share with all of you. A lot of people thought that I left because initially the plan was to leave a bit more than a month ago, but the program, the Wimp to Warrior program, was postponed, and I decided that it's going to be the best for my family, for the circumstances that I was in, to also postpone the trip. And today is the day when I'm finally leaving. So while I leave today, I will arrive on Friday, and the program will start on Monday. The Wim to Warrior program specifically, it's going to be MMA training each day early in the morning. We're a group of untrained individuals, which I will jump into this group. We will all be learning MMA from super basics, from zero all the way up to eventually in 22 weeks of having an amateur fight in between ourselves. I'm really looking forward to participate in this program specifically because I did learn a little bit of MMA. I have some BJJ in my system, but I never got introduced to the raw basics. I never went from step to step. I always just got a little bit of this exercise, a little bit of that exercise, and I really want to go and dig into the basics to build up my foundation step by step. And SBG, I have so much respect for this gym, and I'm really looking forward to learn from the coaches there because I trust that the quality of teaching there is going to be top notch, and I'll be like a sponge and I'll dig in and just try to gather and learn as much as possible. So yeah, it's very exciting. Obviously, I will be documenting this journey, and if all goes well, I'm planning to keep filming my progress. So just doing some light sparring once in a while, so you guys could check and see how well I'm progressing. Also, I'm planning to do vlogs, just sharing the experiences, what I'm going through, and what I learned. And just I'm planning to go wild with interviews and talks and documentation of some great people, because definitely there's going to be a lot of great people which I'll be surrounded by in SBG, and I really look forward to talking to them and recording those talks and finding the best answers I can, questioning things. And so I feel this will definitely boost the Martial Arts Journey channel to a new level. Now, there's still one more part to this video where I want to discuss a little bit about a mistake I feel I did, and I just want to admit it and just go through it with you. So again, as always, we could grow together. But just before I do that, I wanted to say a big, huge thank you to a group of people, a number of people. A couple of months ago, when I learned that I'm going to the States, it was also just very freshly when I closed my dojo, and which that was a big cut to my finances. The dojo was one of my main, or actually the main source of finances, and I still had to make the trip. I still had to go to States, and that's why I made the Indiegogo page to support my trip. And there's a group of people who supported me, and a lot of them were very generous, and it really means a lot to me. It made a big difference in preparing for this trip and feeling that I will be able to make it. And just using the chance, I wanted to name out and give a shout out to the people who supported me. So I have a list in front of myself, and I wanted to say thank you to Yelmari Ikavalko, I hopefully pronounced that right, Alan Christie, Tony Wongdara, Casey Pletcher, Roy Dean, AGG, Urs Jose Zuber, Žilvinas Guardis, that's Lithuanian, I can pronounce that, that's my native tongue, Nicholas Wong, Nikolai Brink-Sandbeck, Leif Moore Anderson, Russell Eric Douglas, Patrick Herbert, Nakai Schmidt, Rodrigo Ivan Meyer, and a few people also who were anonymous here. So once more, a big, big thank you to you. I really appreciate your support, and thank you for your trust in me. Thank you very much. Now, to move on to the second promised subject, I always feel it's so important to look at what we are doing wrong, to try to figure it out, to see our lacks, and to admit it as quick as we can, and to learn from it. And during this past month, I feel I learned a lesson. I feel I did a mistake, which became a lesson, and it's related to the YouTube channel. Well, so basically what happened is a month ago, when I learned that the Wim to Warrior program was postponed, and that I will postpone my trip. So I had this extra month out of nowhere, which I wasn't planning to spend in my country, in my city, in my place. My dojo was already closed. A lot of commitments, pretty much like 90% of my commitments, I already closed. There weren't many things on my plate to do, and I had to figure out. So how do I spend this month properly? And one part of it was just being a good husband, making sure I support my wife as she's getting used to a new job. But also on my free time, I decided I will boost my channel. I will put a lot of effort into the Martial Arts Journey channel and make a lot of videos basically summarizing my experience, what I experienced back in the days when I trained Aikido, also what I learned in the past year when I was researching self-defense and what discoveries I made. So a lot of those videos were what I call editorials. So it was just a script I wrote, I made the audio, and I would make the montage, which is snippets of different videos all together. And these videos work really well. It supports the channel. It brings the message through very well. People are engaged by it, and that definitely supports the growth of the channel. And I felt it's so important for me to grow the channel before I go to the States, so it would support my livelihood while I'm there. Because now YouTube is pretty much the main source of my income, especially while I'm gonna be in the States. Along the way though, I'm happy about a number of the videos I did, but there's at least a few or a couple of videos which I feel I pushed it a bit too far. Especially at the end of the month, it's a lot of work to make those videos, and sometimes I made 3 per week. By the end of the month, I started running out of energy and probably a little bit of the inspiration because it is a bit of a repetitive job to keep on editing those videos. A couple of videos, I didn't feel I made it up to my standards. I feel I made them not as good as I would wish to, and the message, I tried to bring through a message, but it wasn't as powerful. There were some things I would even contradict and argue against myself. So I wasn't extremely happy, but I felt I put a lot of work into them, so I still published them for your eyes, for your critique. And probably the worst video I did is the best to worst martial art, which I had this idea about making that video for a long time, and I said, well, it's a good time before I go to the next stage, and it's not an excellent video. There's some slight good things in it, I think, but a lot of people received it negatively because, yeah, there's a lot of flaws there. Personally, I do feel it's important to learn from my flaws. I don't want to hide the mistakes I do, and even if I make a video which is so-so, I do want to leave it out there for your observation, so you could see my process, so you could see how I'm digesting things and how I'm learning from this experience. But I just wanted to make sure I let you know that I am aware that that video wasn't perfect. There's a couple of other videos which I'm conscious that it's not as good as it could be, and I just wanted to let you know I'm aware of that, and in the future I committed to become even more responsible, more conscious about what I put out there, and really to make sure that each video that I do would be filled with passion, and to avoid as much as I can doing videos just to do a video. So for me, that was an important lesson to learn, so that I could offer even better things to share with you, and this journey would be shared in the best possible way. And so yeah, I hope you understand this lesson as well, and you can resonate and relate to it at least to some level, and that we can grow from this experience together. So all that said, I still need to pack my things a few hours before I leave. So all in all, thank you again for all your support, for your interest in the work that I do on this channel, and I really hope that you'll be as excited as I am about what's to come. I'm really looking forward to reconnect with you through this journey, and I wish you to own your journey.